Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, where we are back on the 67 Camaro. And got a bunch of parts. And we got a bunch of little things to button up before we can move on to something big, like the wiring harness and getting it running. Well, we need the wiring harness to get it running. But then, anyway, let's go over. I've mentioned in the last video or two all the little stuff we need to do, but I'll go over it real quick in this one and let you know what I'm about to do. Oh, I did put that battery tray on there that bolted right in, factory setup. So yeah, we got the battery tray. I forgot. I was about to order this hood latch because this hood never came with a hood whatever. And it says 67 to 81. And I was like, well, shit. I got a bunch of 70s parts Camaros. So, yeah, out of three of them, this was the only good one. One was all bent to shit. The other was missing and rusted or whatever. But now, I've been ordering a bunch of stuff from usually big orders through Jegs. Now, I'm not loyal to any brand company. I usually check on eBay and see the prices. So, and this is why Jegs wanted $42.95 for that. Exact same one from another seller on eBay, $29.95 or whatever. So they wanted $13 more. Jegs, screw them. But I didn't need that. But what I did get from Jegs, because you know, if you order over 199 bucks, it's free shipping. So got this bumper. It was 181 and it's now 149. So the prices are dropping. It's kind of a mixed bag on the tariffs, because the big tariffs are gone, but then the little ones are in, and then he's working on bigger ones, and now we got so the prices dropped a little bit because the big ones, future big tariffs require months or years of investigations to see if they're screwing the trade whatever rules. So right now it's 149, but now we got the Iran war, oil's through the roof, and those shipping container ships, they need a lot of diesel to run. And you know, on the news they were saying, I don't know what percentage, it's a high percentage of the price of parts are due to the shipping costs. So now the shipping costs have more than doubled. Fuel has doubled. So who knows? Now they're probably going to go back up. And then if that comes down, if the war ever ends, well, then we got the new tariffs. So it's just but anyway, right now it's 149. So I bought that, and then a bunch of little stuff. Like I said, I was looking for the hood latch. I ended up buying that from somebody, or other stuff. Okay, so the radiator, I mentioned that. We got the radiator, eBay special, 136 bucks shipped with electric fan. The sponsor, no, I haven't heard from a sponsor. This other sponsor was gonna send me one, but they didn't. So we're going to mount that, and that's specific to 67, 69 Camaro, because they mount with these flanges here. See, we'll line that up. It's going to go into these holes here somewhere. Now we're going to see what kind of distance we got. I had the bigger fan and the spacer, or actually a skinnier fan, but a spacer to make it longer. But I had to use that on the 81. If you haven't seen the 81, I did some work to it. So we swapped fans. So this fan's from the 81. So we'll see what we need. Because the shroud was 160 bucks, and I'm just not going to pay it. A factory shroud. That's why I went ahead and spent a couple extra bucks and got the electric fan and built-in shroud and everything. But I'd like to get something to go over top to keep your fingers from getting chopped off by the fan. Just, you know, I don't want it to look rigged up, but I got those two, I guess they're right there, these two deals here. Plus I think I got a metal one top. That'd probably be better. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll get the fan bolted in there, see what kind of clearance we got. Then we want to, I might look for a bigger transmission cooler. I got this one here that was on it, on the 80. If I can find a bigger one, I might use it. And I don't have any of those zip ties that with a circle in them that mounts to the radiator, but I don't know, I could probably get some. But we need to do that. You know, that's got to be hooked up before it runs. Got the new transmission lines right here coming up, so we can hook on some rubber to the cooler. So we got that. The throttle rod, accelerator throttle rod. This is all loose. There's 2 or 3 bolts holding that assembly onto the firewall, and they were all loose when I got the car. I just never did tighten them. So this rod here goes down to a pivot that goes to the gas tank, and then we needed a rod that went from there to the carburetor, and I couldn't find one that, you know, I don't have the old one, so I had no idea what they looked like. It's supposed to be some type of bushing in here, and that's missing. So, you know, I want to go over it over again. Been beating a dead horse on that damn thing. But anyway, I got this from Jegs. That's mainly why I went back to the Jegs website, was that, and then seeing the bumper. So this is supposed to be for 6769 Camaro and Firebird. Part number 555-15795, 2910 at Jegs. So it's adjustable. I don't know, 3 or 4 inches, or I don't know, whatever. It moves like a tie rod and do that. So these take place of the bushing that's supposed to be in that lever. So that goes around the lever, tightens that up, and then one end goes onto the carburetor. See, right. And you know, probably needed something like that anyway because of this carburetor. So I'm not sure whether the big one here, whatever. We can make it work on whatever lever we want, probably that one. So we got that, we can make that work. But then we need, I think it's on the 80, the bracket for the transmission kickdown for this deal here to pop into. We'll see if we can mount that. I don't know, it's either going to mount on the bolt on the back of the carburetor, that bolt, or that intake bolt somewhere there. We'll figure out how to mount that kickdown, but we'll get the throttle and stuff done first. Springs, yeah, I know the gas tank or the gas pedal not supposed to have a spring to return. It's the spring from the carburetor that returns the gas pedal. I know that, but see, what I was talking about was when I looked up that assembly for the gas pedal and that lever that I already have, it says spring included. No picture, just one picture of the assembly. So don't know what they're talking about on a spring. That's what I was talking about. What's a spring for? What's that? Well, I found a gas pedal spring and through Jegs, it hasn't got here yet, and I ordered it. And then after I ordered it, I said, oh, I know what that's for. Nobody ever uses one. But that's the spring. I probably can't see it. In fact, I don't know if this even has, yeah, it's the spring from this pedal to this rod in behind here. Although this whole pedal assembly might be all seized up. But there's the bolts that are loose right here. If I can even see it. Just those two bolts there. Gotta tighten them up. But that was the spring, because it said included spring and bushing. And I figured, well, the bushing's this, or is it for the bushing on the top of the lever? And I didn't know. They didn't explain it. So, anyway. I ordered this off of eBay. I forget how much it was. Just an assortment of springs. You know, always need them. So, yeah, we'll hook them up somewhere. Okay, need the bumper brackets to mount the bumper. These are the old ones. They're probably bent to shit, and that's how they slide in. You know, a few episodes ago, we put the front end on here, and there's a big slot here for these brackets. I only got like one bolt here. It's supposed to be like 3 or 4 across here, but I slid these in here just so I know where they go. But we can't put them in or tighten all this up until we get this fender all fixed and everything. But I just put them in there so I know where they go. You know, originally I grabbed them from the old front end, brought them over and had them in this way. I said, no, they go in that way. So I just got them sitting there so I know which way it goes. So, yeah, these are probably bent. There's 2, one on each side, and then the 2 ones that go to the frame. So I ordered the whole kit. This was like 96 bucks. So they'll have to be painted. I don't want them to rust after a year or something. So we got to paint them. Then those 2 of the 2 go to the frame. Okay, so we're going to paint them and put them on there. We'll just loosely put these ones on because, like I said, we'll have to fix the fender and everything. And we can leave them on when we paint the car, but we can't leave the whole chrome bumper on. But I want to, just like the back bumper here, I just want to fit the front bumper on there and leave it on there until it's ready to paint, because no use storing around, be kicking around here getting scratched up and everything. So okay, we got that. These valve covers. Mentioned these a bunch of times. I take some sandpaper and everything and scrape. They've been painted, I don't know, black and orange, and we're gonna clean them up because they're not these exact ones, but aluminum ones are about 90 bucks. So I'll just clean these ones up, and so I bought some new bolts here to mount them. I wanted to buy the ones that are on there. These are all rusty and everything, like these, but they were pretty expensive, so I just went ahead with these bolts here. We'll bolt it in with that. So we got that to do. The shifter, we need a shifter and a shifter cable, and we're going to get that from the 2002 Camaro back in the yard. We'll take that off and mount it in here, and because I'm not going to use the shifter that was in the 80 Camaro that the engine transmission comes from. It's that, I think it's a B&M ratchet shifter. I just don't like them. So okay, we need to change the transmission fluid because this transmission had water in it, probably from the old radiator broken inside. And I flushed it out there a little bit, and yeah, I should have taken the torque converter off when I had the engine transmission out, but I didn't want to take everything all apart. And so Of course, you know, putting the engine transmission in, it's all tilted. A lot of it came out, except for what's in the torque converter. But we need to take the pan off. I don't think I took the pan off before when it was in the 80. But anyway, I bought this transmission pan here off of eBay with the I want the hole in it so we can change the fluid a few times. Right here, drain plug. Okay, so we got that. I think I got a gas, I'll have to check it. I got a gasket and filter in one of them boxes. I'm pretty sure it's for a turbo 350, but we'll check that. If not, I'll have to get that at AutoZone or whatever. We also got a windshield washer jug. This thing here I was going to pour 15 it, but then it was only a couple of bucks more for this with the windshield jug. And you got to buy all that separate. The windshield jug, then you got to buy the cap, then you got to buy the tube that goes in there to suck up the windshield washer fluid, then you got to buy this if you don't have it. So I just bought the whole assembly there. So let me see, we need to check the thermostat, make sure there's one in there, make sure it works. We'll bring it out there and put a torch to it, if it's even in there. I can't feel it. It may be out. My finger's not long enough. If not, again, we'll go to AutoZone and get that. And the vacuum modulator line, we need from the modulator valve coming up through here and hooked to the vacuum, the intake of the carburetor. And had a hell of a time trying to find one for this, and then I found a bunch of them. So I got a bunch of tubes over here. Right over here, we'll figure out something to get that. I think that's about all the stuff. Yeah, we got some headlight. This is the only one that came with the car. I poured 15 that. Yeah, that wouldn't come out, so we need to round up one more like that, and a trim ring. I don't know if they're the same. Get one from Parts Car or not. Not too worried about it. So yeah, that's what we got to start. All that little stuff. Yeah, so I asked everybody if the RS and regular base Camaro fenders are different contour wise, and everybody said no, they're the same except for the mounting. Now I don't know if these are the same or not. See, this bucket's just sitting in there. I know that bucket goes to that, or maybe that bolt. But yeah, this inner, where the brackets and bezels and stuff like that, grill hooks up to, yeah, I know that would be different on an RS. And apparently you can buy a little kit or something to mount that in there. So anyway, I'll have to do some more, you know, looking to see what the RS grill, because you don't want to buy one that doesn't include everything, you know, because it's a different grill and a different setup with the headlight buckets and all that. I don't care about opening them, whatever it opens, you pull it that way so it opens manually. I don't know, I think from the factory they were vacuum, and then there's electric conversion kits, and I think I'd probably just rather just push it open if it's nighttime. But we got to make sure it's got to have all that. It's got to be a kit for a non-RS car, so everything's included. And you know, somebody said, well, there's one place it's only $340, because the factory stuff, the whole grill and chrome and bezels and all that is like $230. And he was saying, yeah, the RS grill is $340. Yeah, but is it for a non-RS car that needs all the little brackets and stuff to do that? So I'm gonna have to do more checking on that. I'm not too concerned about it. get one after it's painted, really. But so yeah, we got that last video there. A bunch of comments about that and the throttle cable. And but anyway, I think we got that stuff figured out. I guess that's about all for now. So we'll get started, and I said mount this in here, see if we need another fan, see if we can rig up some type of shroud, and go from there. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, this just came in the mail. So here's the windshield washer jug cap and holder. I thought it came with a little tube, but see, there's a little tube from there, goes in there to suck it up. We can use any old line, but anyway, yeah, that's the whole assembly. And we'll have to I'll have to order a roll of that type of vacuum line. I'm gonna need them in the future for other projects anyway. Same with gas lines. I usually just order a big roll of that. So anyway, that's that. We'll put that on there. Of course, we still got to figure out the needs a nut on the back of this, which I don't have. It's a fine thread. Don't even know if that's clocked right. Somebody said, oh, it's clocked wrong. And I said, yeah, probably. Don't know where it goes. It's a brand new one. Does it go that way, or that way? I'll have to look at some pictures and stuff. I just kind of set it in there for now. So anyway, yeah, we need that. Well, see, this don't even have an electric. This is the spot for an electric deal to pump the washer fluid. So eventually I'll have to get that, I guess. Suck the fluid out of here. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, radiator fit in there pretty good. These are the hoses off the 80. Obviously they're too long. So yeah, that's another thing. I was gonna replace them anyway. I just put them on there just for see how off they were. This one's way too long as well. So that's another thing I'll have to put on the list for AutoZone. Go down there with a jar of Vaseline, get the parts I need. Fan is very close. Electric fan is very close to the manual fan, but I think it's about the best it's gonna get. Haven't looked for something to cover this yet. It needs to though. Okay, I do have new heater hoses, but this has a plug on it. The 80 Camaro had a deal coming out of the radiator here. I didn't know if this one would have it or not, so it doesn't. So I took this off another old water pump, and we'll stick that in there. Then we can run the heater hoses, and that's a brand new heater core. Run it there to there, and there, the intake to the other one. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll loosen this, take this bracket off, check the thermostat, put a thermostat on the list if I need it. Okay, slowly getting there. I'm thinking about building a bracket from here to here for the transmission cooler instead of zip tying it to the radiator. I'll see what I got. If you didn't see the last video or second last, I built these shop shelves here and checked them out, flexi mounts. So I got a couple of extra pieces here because I didn't build it the way the picture had it. So something like that. Hook the I think I only have one angled piece. That might be good enough, but we'll see. But I can use some of that to build the transmission cooler bracket. I'm gonna check if I got a bigger one. I know that one doesn't leak. for sure. I'm gonna check around, see if I got a bigger one. Bigger the better. Well, not real big, but anyway, that's what I got going on right now. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I had to go in for a while. Man, it was like 92 degrees out today. Took the thermostat housing off. Sure enough, just as suspected, no thermostat in there. Somebody probably took it out, think it's gonna run cooler. Nope. Got this out, and we're gonna put this one on there. But I'm gonna mix up some gasket sealer. This gasket doesn't look bad, so I'm just gonna leave it at the bottom. Put some gasket sealer around the top. So I found a thermostat in my stash here. It doesn't look bad. It's not old and rusty or nothing. So we're gonna test it. See if she opens. Yeah, it's opening. See it? So there it is, it works. So we'll have to wait for that to cool off and grab some gasket sealer and put that on there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I spent a few hours stripping these valve covers down. Scraping with a razor blade, a wire brush, a screwdriver, a sander, and then by hand, trying to get it all out. I originally was going to paint it black and then sand off the top here so it's aluminum. So the aluminum shows on top. But look at all these pits and everything here. I don't know how good that's going to look. But anyway, I'll paint it black and then decide what to do after that. I don't know. I could touch that up with silver or something, but anyway, it's a couple hours worth of work. Saved $100. Or I don't know, MT ones are probably more than 100. But regular aluminum ones are 90 to 100. But anyway, I saved that by sanding it down. Now, should use some etching primer before I paint it, but this is stuff I bought from the local paint store. Etch primer green years ago. And when I got it home, the little tip was busted. So I don't know, let's see if I can get that to work. I don't think I will be able to though. I don't think I got any more etching primer. I should probably buy some more. And hopefully I got enough paint, black engine paint, but there ain't much left. Probably got more orange than red. But I'm not going to be $15 a can or whatever the hell it is. I got that weld through primer and then just some regular carb primer. But anyway, let me figure out what I want to do and I'll be back. Okay, that primer didn't work. Can wouldn't spray. That's that engine paint I had left over and barely got 2 coats on it. It was not spraying very good, but anyway, that's all I can do. So we may put them on tomorrow unless I decide not to, but I gotta figure out the little, if I got the little rubber things, and that's the oil filled cap there. Figure out if I got them, figure out if I got some valve cover gaskets. I got some engine gasket sets there, but I don't know if I got any valve covers. Anyway, be back tomorrow. Okay guys, I had to go down, buy another can, and put a couple more coats on there. I think it'll be all right. Okay, here's a little bracket I made for the transmission kickdown, welded on this tab here so I could bolt it to the intake, and painted that. Went down to AutoZone, ordered some, they didn't have them in stock, some radiator hoses, so we got that coming. Also went on eBay and ordered a ton of stuff, mostly just just fuel lines, vacuum lines, not all for this, just to stock up, some self-tappers and crap like that. Some stuff for this, but I can't remember exactly at the moment. Okay, so we got the throttle cable on there. You can see that's where it pivots there. So that's what I needed, was this rod. Not sure if a factory one would even work. That's up there. Put that spring right there for now. I know it's supposed to probably go back here onto something, but that's the hole I'm going to put the little bracket on right there. I know it should probably have 2 mounting spots, but I think one will hold it. And where is the kickdown? Kickdown's right here. It's probably hard to see everything. Right there. That's what pops into the little bracket, and then this is adjustable, way more than I need, but I'm gonna adjust that. And then I found this little deal here in my stash, so we're gonna tighten that up, and it'll go on that. This little it'll go on there like that. Once it's over that first thing, it'll stay on there. Okay, so that's that. I guess I showed everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and put that kick down on there, then the valve covers, and that transmission cooler. I haven't looked for another one yet, but either way, if I find another one, bigger one that I want to use, or that one, I'm gonna get a bracket and mount that, and then I'll show you. Put it across there. Oh, I ordered an overflow, aftermarket overflow jug. No factory one came up, so I guess 67 didn't really have one. But it's a universal mount, comes with mounting kits and hoses and everything. It's a long aluminum tube. I think it's like 20 bucks. So we'll put that somewhere. Actually, we can probably put it back in behind here. Yeah, I ordered a black air cleaner, match the valve covers. I'll have to get the list of little stuff. So yeah, let me put all that on there, and I need to paint that black. I ordered a I put on all these heater hoses, and I just reused all my a bunch of old clamps there that I had, because AutoZone and O'Reilly's, they want a fortune for them things, or worth more than what they're worth. So I ordered a whole bunch of 130 piece kit, I think it was, and a whole bunch of little, I always run out of the little fuel line ones, so I ordered a separate thing of them, 100 of them or something. Just stuff like that. So we'll try to get most of this stuff done, and we'll go from there. Get on the list. We'll have to get underneath and do the transmission pan and all that underneath there. So shifter, I'll have to go over to 2002 Camaro, get the shifter and the cable. We'll do that when we do the transmission pan. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, show you what I got done so I don't get too far ahead of myself. There's the transmission cooler. I put that bracket in there. New hoses there. And then I just put some leftover heater hose at the bottom so it doesn't rub. Yeah, these aren't screwed into nothing. So that should work. Okay. Got that kickdown bracket in there, and this aftermarket kickdown universal cable. But see how that pulls out? It's supposed to spring back in there like that. I don't know why it doesn't. I'll have to read the instructions, or it could be the spring inside the transmission there that's busted. But anyway, that's that. There's the valve covers. They don't look the best. Oh, I got the cap. I painted the cap. Had to get a cap off another engine. I need to go down to AutoZone today or tomorrow and pick up the radiator hoses, see if they're the same or if I can make them work. Yeah, there's a new bolts there for the valve covers, and I got to get a different deal here for this piece PVC. I think, was that about it? Oh, and the biggest item I ordered a whole bunch of crap. You know, I got a set of these are 14-inch Krager SSTs. I do have a set of 15-inch, and somebody says, oh, why don't you use 15-inch? Well, I'd have to buy 4 tires for it. Way more expensive than 14s, especially the big ones. But yeah, these tires, they look too small on here. So the tires that are on those 15-inch, the back ones, are 295 50 15s, and they're a lot bigger. Of course, a lot wider, but a lot thicker. And then 15-inch is going to bring it up some too, because it just looks, it looks low in the back by the bumper, and then it needs something to fill out the wheel well. So anyway, I was, you know, looking at that other stuff, and on eBay, and oh, I had saved them. I'd saved those N50. Well, they take the place of N50 15s. Had them in my saved list because they were $338 or something for 2, and it was marked down to $286. So they went down in price about $50 for the pair. Don't know why. Probably because of the little window we have with the tariff thing. Same deal as the bumper. Big tariffs went off, and waiting on the bigger tariffs to come back after the investigations. So anyway, I went ahead and bought them. So I don't have to get ones for the front, but I might, just so it has 15-inch all the way around, and use these 14s for something else. So anyway, yeah, I got that. And that spring I was telling you about is this. You know, when you look up that gas pedal assembly, it says it comes with spring and bushing. Well, that's the little spring. I don't know how good you can see it, but it goes on the back of this gas pedal. See, I think, see, this one works. You can see a little bit of it right there. That's what it was. Originally, when I read the thing, I was like, well, what's the spring and what's the bushing? Because they didn't show it. Just showed one picture of the gas pedal and rod up there. So anyway, just in case you're wondering, that's what it is. It's like $3.99. I don't need it, but so anyway, we got the factory pedal set up and everything in there. I don't know what I can do about. I guess I could get a piece of rubber or a new gattle thing. Either this will probably break trying to take it off, or just get a cover on there and glue it on or something. Anyway, that's on there. So I just thought I'd mention that. Okay, well, we got two big things to do here. The transmission pan and the shifter and cable. I think I'll go over to the 2002 Camaro way over there. I'll show it to you. And of course I'll have to take the console out and to get at the shifter, then jack it up to get the cable undone. I don't know if I could use that shifter and use that. That's a console that the guy gave me with the car, but I think it's for a 4-speed. I don't know if we're going to use that or not. You know, who knows how much those are new, especially for an automatic. Yeah, I know it's supposed to have the horseshoe shifter, but who knows how much that is. I ain't spending no $1,000 on a shifter and console, so we're going to have to rig that shifter into that hole, clean that up and paint it or something. You know, same with the seats. I'm not spending a fortune on factory original seats. I just haven't come across any seats. I haven't really bought very many cars lately, so I keep saying I want to get into buying more junk cars, but as soon as I do, I'm sure I'll come across some nice later model buckets and we'll put in there, preferably out of a newer Camaro or something like that. But who knows what I'll come across. Still a long ways off. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to paint the new bumper brackets. There's the old ones here. I think I'll have to reuse them bolts and stuff, clean them up. Anyway, yeah, I need to paint them ones up before we mount them. We'll get them loosely mounted in there, get it ready for the bumper. Yeah, here's the deal for that kickdown cable. We'll have to read that and see. The old one has some type of spring on the back of it. Where was it? I just had it there a little while ago. Oh, right here. See, that has a little spring right there, and that one doesn't. Although, see, that hooks in a little. There it is there. See, it hooks into the transmission. So I'm thinking that in the transmission it's got a little spring that connects to. I know I connected it. So anyway, we'll have to mess around with that once I get the transmission pan off. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, here's the 2002 Camaro. Sold the two fenders, steering column, probably a few other little things, but not a lot. Need to keep advertising it. So this is the console. No, I'm not going to put that console in the 67. Although I'm surprised that this lid's in still good shape. They're usually torn up. Well, it's a little bit torn up, but it can be fixed. Yeah, those are usually the first things that go in these cars. And yeah, we're not going to use this. And the second thing that goes is the ashtray lid. They always break. So, and then this gear shift indicator there's all messed up. So now it's not worth taking out using this, I don't think, anyway. But yeah, I sold the column off of it. Now I can't remember what to mess around with that. Anyway, there's a little, looks like a little staple in behind here. You pry that out and then this will come off. And then there's just a bunch of little screws, a couple little, I don't know if they're 8. A couple of screws there, and a screw like this on each end, each side, and then it'll just lift off. We can take the whole shifter out, then I'll get underneath there and get the 2 transmission bolt things to hold the cable into place there, bracket. So we'll just take the whole assembly out and figure out where we want it in the 67. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you. But yeah, the leather seats or vinyl, whatever they are, they don't last worth a shit. See, both of them are, but if they were cloth, those cloth ones last a long time. So, oh yeah, the other thing that goes is this plastic right here, front of the dash. But anyway, I'll sell a bunch of parts out there. Still got nice T-tops. In fact, some guy was supposed to come over. Man, I've had calls on this thing. Parts. He's supposed to come over and take the deck lid and the hood and the rear bumper, I think. Anyway, okay, I'll be back when I take those parts off. Okay guys, here's the shifter. This is that hooks to the transmission. I don't know if that's all gonna line up or not, but we'll figure it out. And that just comes up to here, snaps in. Have to get some type of bushing for this, but other than that, it's in good shape. A lot of these Camaro's Firebirds of this era, these things break. Anyway, yeah, that's the shifter. It's got 2 other. I already took one off here, and then this here, you know, for the whatever. 2 extra cables for something. Well, to move the column, one's to move the column, and the other's for neutral safety thing, which we won't have in this. But anyway, got everything. Don't know if that's going to line up because the hump there curves right up here, but we'll have to put some spacers in there. Have to clean it all out. Found about $1 worth of change underneath that console. You got the shifter knob right there. Okay, well, we'll have to jack that up, get her on jack stands, and do the shifter cable, shifter, and transmission pan. I think I got a gasket and stuff. If not, I'm gonna have to get one, gasket and filter. But yeah, we want to put that on there. And anyway, I'll be back when I get her jacked up. Okay guys, about to get dark out, so let you know where I'm at here. I didn't think it'd have any fluid in the pan, because it, you know, during the swap I figured it'd all come out, but no. So this is the old pan here, all milky in there from water being in the transmission. So yeah, it just fell off and made a big mess under there. Had to take the transmission cross member, unbolt it and slide it up just to get at the bolts. Took the old shifter cable off. It's an aftermarket unit that they had for the ratchet shifter. I don't know if one I got is going to be long enough. Anyway, I've been trimming up this shifter here. Took those other cables off I don't need and trimmed it up because it sits up kind of high for the factory console. That is a factory console. It's got those two bolts for those two holes right there. I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of dark right there. It's kind of made out of plastic. It's busted here, which I can probably fix, but it's kind of torn up a little bit. It's kind of, you know, this car was in a fire on the inside, so it's kind of warped and stuff. And then I don't know exactly what goes here. I'm assuming it's for 4-speeds. That's what was in it. And then this came with it, but see, this little piece is busted off, it looks like, right in here. So there's something that goes over top of that, and then this goes on top of that. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, those two will go in the holes there. I had it in there. So I'm assuming it's the... Is that it? Oh, that's it right there. So there's not much room for the shifter height-wise. Well, that's okay if it sticks up. Well, we'll just have to build something around it, you know, some type of rubber, I don't know. I guess I'll try to fix this console. I'm going to check tonight, see what they go for, but see, it's kind of, there's a hole there, not sure what that's for. Oh, that's probably to mount it. That's that one I couldn't get out and I cut it off, so that lines up there. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, melted or something there. But, and I guess this is for an ashtray back here, but there's no ashtray in it. And this has a wire to it, so I guess it's a light. First I thought it was going to be for a cigarette lighter, but a light or something back there. So yeah, I don't know. See, it's all bubbly. Somebody tried to paint it before or something. I could clean it all up and try to paint it, but I don't know. It'll look better than that plastic one out of that 2002 Camaro. So anyway, oh, so I don't have a, I had three boxes with transmission pan gaskets, and they were all the wrong ones. They weren't for turbo 350. I don't know what they're for, but I'll have to go down to AutoZone tomorrow. I got to pick up them radiator hoses, and I'll get a filter and a gasket for that. But we need to clean all that crap out. Maybe I'll get a, I think I got a can of some type of parts cleaner thing I bought. This thing here. Oh, it's empty. Get something like that to clean off up there, and see if that spring or whatever's holding that kickdown cable in, make sure that's in there, and change the filter, get the pan ready to put on there. And then yeah, those two for the shifter cable bracket, they don't line up. So I think this, we're gonna have to make something. One off the aftermarket one here was kind of like a universal. It had, yeah, I forget which ones lined up to it, but it was all like this. So I don't know if I could take that off and weld it on. This was the same. It fit on the same gear shifter deal, but this bracket didn't line up. So we'll have to mess around with that. I gotta make sure it's long enough first. This one, I could use it. Well, it's not exactly the same. I could probably make it work, but it's kind of all split in here. Been riding on the header or something. A couple spots like that. This one's kind of split, but it does work. But anyway, a lot of screwing around tomorrow. Luckily, I got a lot of cardboard. I'll lay some more cardboard on there, and that jack's holding the back of the transmission up so I could slide the cross member back. But anyway, we'll try to get all that done tomorrow. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, guys. Just went down to AutoZone there this morning and got they had it in stock, a gasket and filter set. So I got the gasket tacking on there. Remember, when you get chrome parts, use a grinder and grind off that, just scuff it down there so the gasket sealer will stick. So I got that setting. The old stuff drip dried at night, and got a few more pieces of cardboard here. It's kind of hard to get under here with a camera, but this is the kick down right here. So that's working. It's got a spring in there. And it goes up through there and the cable comes out. The cable kind of hooks in, and I thought, well, maybe I knew I hooked it in right, but it wasn't working. But now it's working. Anyway, I got the new filter on there. It was all pretty clean up here. They just had gasket sealer at the bottom, so I'm fixing to put it on. But yeah, I sprayed some brake clean all in there. Got all that old shit out of there. Now I know there's going to be some in the torque converter, but so the kickdown cable here now it goes in by itself. I don't know, unless it was jammed in there somehow, but anyway, you have to adjust this to, you know, when you hit the throttle full blast. Yeah, I was always told, if you got a factory one, it's about in the middle, but this one looks like it's gonna have to be about here, because it's probably because of that mount. I don't know. But anyway, I'll adjust it so it kicks down when you floor it. Okay. Got the radiator hoses. This hose fit. It's about 1 inch too long. Cut a little bit off. Fits perfect. If I left it the way it was kinked right here, so it was a little bit flat because it was too long. So anyway, that one's on there, but the bottom one, as soon as he gave it to me, I knew it was wrong. This is off the 80, because we're looking at it, it's like, no, that ain't gonna connect to the water pump or radiator. They're supposed to be about that big. That big a hole. See the difference? Where $15.99 for that. $21 for that one. So yeah, it's got to go from here to here, but this one's too long. It's got to be bent a little this way and a little bit shorter. I'll see what they got in stock. You know, they'll have a whole shelf in the back there with them on there. We'll have to go and hunt one down that's close, because obviously their numbers aren't worth a damn. Okay, so I think that's about it. Put that transpan gasket on there, and oh yeah, then we'll see if the shifter cable. I showed that last clip, right? This is the next day. So yeah, we'll see if that 2002 Camaro cable will fit there, and have to maybe build a little bracket for it. But I want to do that till we get the pan on there, and then we'll match it up to the bolt holes and do that. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the shifter bolted in there. It was bolted in the other Camaro with just self tappers, so I just put 4 of them in there, and yeah, that's about the best I can get it. Can't center it perfect. Well, this is centered, but it's pretty close. Anyway, you got to push the button to move it. So it's all connected. It moves pretty freely, although the cable is, I'll show it to you. But yeah, these consoles and everything, I don't know if I've seen a new one. Might have been a new one with nothing on it. No lid, nothing. For, I don't know, 300 bucks. Same with the shifter. They got the horseshoe shifters for 200 and something, but it's just the shifter. Yeah, that's how it's bolted in there. First I made this hole, but then I had to put this hole in there, and the cable was kind of really tight. I'm gonna wrap some plastic or something around it. I don't know. The hole probably should have been right here, but I can't keep drilling holes, but I can't have it bound up either. So yeah, just got some self tappers with some nuts on the bottom, so it's pretty strong. Of course, drilled them in the wrong spot, so yeah. So the factory horseshoe shifter has rods, kind of like the carburetor rods there, and to round up all that stuff to make one work, it'd be just like the carburetor type thing there. You'd be screwing around. So you can buy the shifter with all that kit, but yeah, it's about 340 bucks or something. Or like I said, don't say, oh, they're only 200. I seen one for 200. Yeah, well, you're gonna need all the stuff, factory stuff, to connect it, not just the shifter. So yeah, that's what 300 and something for that. I don't know. I didn't see a complete console made. I've seen the cover. I think this is probably for a standard and automatic. I have no idea what this little piece here, I never did see that. So that, I don't know, it might not even be for this car. But they do have a cover, but it's not going to fit with this shifter. The shifter sits up too high, and it's got to be perfectly centered. Well, like I said, I don't even think it'll work. So I'd have to build something for it. Anyway, it's all on the bracket. One bolt fit through one of the holes, and then I put a little bracket over the second bracket. It's up in there on the groove of the transmission pan, and I just need to tack weld it on there, but it's all the bolts are in there. I just got to put the cross member, bolt it back in there. So yeah, I'll probably just clean this up and paint it, and that's probably it. If I, after the car's done and I decide I want to spend another, $1,000 on it, on a shifter and a new console, then I will. The ashtray thing is in the shop. I'll try to glue this back together best I can, but it'll need an ashtray. Yeah, same with that console. You can buy a base console for $300 or something like that, but you're gonna need all the little parts for it. So, and there's some used ones on there that are just so this box came with the car as well, See, it came with 2 taillights I put in it, or they need to be replaced. Then this one was obviously in it when it had the fire. And a couple little bits of the grill. But this is the ashtray. Where is it? That's what's left of it. I could probably buy that. Some of this other stuff, you know, was a 4-speed. So you need a bunch of linkages like this to make a shifter work. And you know, I don't have them. Yeah, I don't know what that alternator bracket, or who knows if it's even for this car. There's a center cap, but it's still all pitted like the rest of the car. So yeah, that's the stuff that was in it. I know people are gonna buy the correct stuff for it. Yeah, well, it's a lot of money, just got a message from Priority Tire. They said they're out of them wheels, even though they're tires, even though they had them listed with 7 left. No, they were $100 off. They were $377, and then they had knocked them down to $285. So 90 bucks cheaper for the pair. But first they said, oh, we don't have that exact brand, we're out of them tires. And so I just messaged them. I said, well, I don't care what brand they are, just give me the same size, 295, 50, 15s. And I haven't heard back from them. So they probably, I think that was the only brand. They were Futura, made by Cooper Tires, white letters. I doubt they're gonna have any more. So I'll probably just get a refund for them. Yeah, I didn't want to spend $377 for two of them. So there was that. I just got a refund. So yeah, I just got to button up that, put that cross member back in there. I think that's about it. Oh, I got the bottom radiator hose. That little teeny bottom hose was 21 bucks. That one was 15. I said, why is the big one cheaper? So he went in the back and he found this one. I just said, just match it up best you can. Yeah, the one I returned for that bottom was not like the picture. He said, oh, they stamped it wrong or something, put the wrong part number on it. This one I already cut about 1 inch off and put it on here. It's not right, but what can you do? Could try O'Reilly's, I guess. But yeah, the one in the picture looked like it might fit, because the top one fit. Okay, I just thought I'd go over that. Yeah, I want to paint those brackets, put them on there, but like I said, I can't mount them on there because I got to do want to do all this body work, just kind of like the back, just prime it, put a little paint on there, and then I'll put the front bumper on there just to make sure everything all fits. And of course we'll pull the bumper up when we paint the rest of the car. But anyway, yeah, I need to adjust that. Yeah, so anyway, this bottom one here, 32 bucks just for that. Crazy. 32 bucks for a radiator hose. Okay, well, it's getting late in the day today, so I'll be back tomorrow and we'll wrap this video up. I would like to start on some big stuff, but all this little stuff here, boy, it takes a while. So, okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got that cross member bolted back in there. It's messing with the front end. Since I had it jacked up, I was just looking again under there, and I took the sway bar end links off of it. I had taken the one off the one side, and I thought, well, maybe both sides. But no, that's not what's keeping it up high. And it's got travel in it. I put a jack under one end and the tire went up. Then I just now got on top here, straddled this and up and down. It's going up and down. See, that one problem with, I think it was the Nomad, is they sent me the wrong upper A-frames. They weren't even close, and they were just slammed on there and they wouldn't move. And so anyway, I ended up getting the right ones. Now, these ones are supposedly off a 68 Nova, I think. But I guess I'll look it up to see if they're the same as Camaro. They're supposed to be. But I always thought that Camaros had different A-frames and spindles and all that. But I don't think so. I think that front end kit said Nova and Camaro. But yeah, the brand new leaf or coil springs in there. So, and I'm pretty sure that I lined them up with the old ones and they were the same height. And that's the first thing I check. I got the wrong ones, I think, for the Nomad. Anyway, I cleaned up my shop there and I found a set. I think they were for the Nomad. I don't know what they were for, but they were taller or something. But anyway, pretty sure that they're the same length as the stock ones, because I had the stock ones in the old front clip there. And it just must be because they're new springs that it sits up this high in the front. I don't know. I'll check the A-frames, see if Nova and Camaro are the same. But anyway, I was just messing with that. So, yeah, maybe one day I'll clean up and paint this console. And there's the shifter. It'll work. I just got to figure out what to do here. It's almost touching there. But no, see, the factory one, if I didn't mention it before, the factory cover here lays flat on this. So if that laid flat, then all this would be sticking up. And so a factory one won't work. And yeah, they might sound reasonably priced, 89 bucks or something like that, but that doesn't include everything. It doesn't include the little plastic things, park, reverse, neutral, and all that. Same with these consoles. You got to buy all the stuff for them. So they might sound cheap, but not if you need everything. No, they're very expensive. So I don't know. I don't know what I could build. If I could build something out of fiberglass to mount over that, or I don't know. I'm sure nobody makes anything, because but anyway, that's it for now. That's all I'm doing. So it works, and it's in park. Tried to push it, it won't move. It's in park. So everything lines up. You do gotta, or no, I thought it did. Well, I thought something must be bound up, because before it would lock in there. There, now it's locked in. It's locked in until you push the button. So this ain't coming back up. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what I'll do with if I put a neutral safety switch in there or anything, because it'll start in every gear. I'll try a better spring than that. See if it'll. It seems like it's free. Okay, well, I'm going to mess around with that front end a little bit more. and tell you what I find out. I can't think of anything else. Somebody said the steering knuckles spindles could be opposite. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think they go. They're either both the same or they're specific to each end. But anyway, I'll take a look and look up A-frame numbers and see if 67.8 Camaro was the same as a 68.72 Nova. But yeah, you know, it's not done till I say it's done. So don't keep commenting, oh, it's too high, 4-wheel drive. Yeah, I'm not done with it yet. Not done with it. When I'm done with it and I say I'm done with it, then you can comment and say it's too high or too low or whatever. Of course, I'm not going to give a shit because I'm building it the way I want it, not the way you want it. So, okay. So, oh, the Priority Tire on eBay said they do got another set of these. Not the same brand. It's I forget what it's called. A different brand. White letters though. So I said, yeah, okay, send me them ones. So they're sending me those. So I am going to get a set of N50 or 295 5015s. So I guess I'll have to get a set for the front. I'll try to get as low profile as I can, 15-inch. And then these 14s can go on something else, I guess. I just thought they'd look good on here. Well, they're going to be the same rims, but I thought those 14-inch wide ones would look good on the back. But nah, it's something missing there. Okay, well, I'll be back. Okay, guys. Last clip, I forgot to show the air cleaner, unless it just came in after. But yeah, this little air cleaner I bought off eBay. I usually buy the little circle ones for 30 bucks or something, but I think this one was about 50. It's got the air cleaner on top. It may hit the hood. I'll have to try the hood later. I'd like to buy an SS hood or find a used SS hood. But yeah, we don't know if it's going to hit, but if it does, we'll have to get a lower filter or something, or a different filter. Different air cleaner assembly and put that on something else. I put the sway bar end links back on there because they're not going to make a difference on the height. The only thing that's making a difference on the height is the springs. That's going to be it. I don't know. You know, the A-frames are moving. You know, people saying, oh, loosen the bolts on the bottom A-frames. Well, I did on one side. I think I did that side. I took the sway bar end link off and loosened the bolts. It didn't make no difference. I still haven't tightened them up. I'll have to remember to tighten them up. And it's moving. Like I said, it's got travel, so the bolts being tight ain't going to affect it from moving and keeping it high. So it's just got to be the springs. I'm not going to heat them up. We'll just have to drive it around and see if it settles down, and if not, then we'll have to get some different lowering springs or something. But yeah, you know what I want is factory height. I don't want it lowered. I don't want it this high. I want it factory height in the front, then jacked up in the back. So anyway, that's the updates with all that little shit. That's not the greatest video, but it's just showing you all the little shit we got to do. And I still got who knows how many more videos of just nitpicking stuff. Because you can't just put an engine in and fire it up like some of them people on YouTube. Stick an engine in, fire it up, and drive it. No, there's a lot of shit, especially if you want it nice and, you know, dependable. You can't just so yeah, you got to go through all that stuff. We still got more little shit to go. The vacuum modulator valve coming up for the transmission. I don't have a full tube I think I didn't gather them up, but last time when I was getting one for this one, and it was like half a tube, and then somebody put a vacuum line for the other half. Well, we don't want that either. But this just came in as well off of eBay. It's vacuum tubes, all different, 5 different sizes. So, because I need some for the windshield washer fluid reservoir tank. See, so didn't know exactly what size we all need, but just bought that little set there. So we'll use some for the vacuum modulator tube. We'll see if it's the same size as the, I think somebody said the same size of a transmission line. We'll see, because I got the old lines, well, 3/4 of the lines for this, and bought new ones. So we'll figure out something, but not right now, not on this video. So we just got speedometer cable. I still got to disconnect, because apparently there's 2 or 3 different speedometer cables for a 67 Camaro, according to the listings. So I think it's bullshit. You know, there should only be one. Why can't you just say, well, this is it? No, you know, you got to check the back of the speedometer and all this, and it's like, shh. So I got to tear that apart. I didn't want to tear any of the dash and everything apart, and gauges and wiring and knobs and all that, until I'm ready to take it all out at once, you know, and all that. So yeah, you can't start it and drive it without a speedometer cable. All the fluid will fly out of there. So we got that. Just little shit. I don't know about a shroud thing cover. I don't want to put anything that looks rigged. I want to put something to cover that fan. I don't know about that fan. See, the problem is, it's kind of dark, but I think to take that off, it's just got a little space in here, which is fine. It's not going to hit the fan into the electric fan, but to pull this off, I think it's got to go forward, probably more than that space in there. So if I got to change the fan or change the water pump or anything like that, I have to take out the radiator. I'd rather not. So, but the cooling system's done, other than putting radiator or antifreeze in it. So, oh, and I got the overflow tank coming. We'll mount that. It's not here yet. There's a bunch of little shit coming. Still got to bleed the brakes. I adjusted this cable here. I think that'll work. Yeah, just little shit. And then of course the big thing is we got to wire it up with the new expensive $600 wiring, painless wiring thing right here, which I pulled some stuff out of the Camaro and put it in here, but I haven't even opened it up yet. Like I said, I don't want to. So, and then I pulled a bunch of other, there's all the little knobs and stuff for the ignition locks and everything for the dash. Because we're going to take all that out, paint it, put in all the new shit, and then put in the new wiring harness. Hopefully all at once, or you know, one video after another, instead of letting it sit for months and forgetting what the hell's going on with stuff. So that's what I'm trying to get, all this little shit done. And what I'm saying is, you can't just stick a motor transmission in it and drive it. You got to do all this little shit. Well, all this little stuff here is for cosmetic purposes, because we're restoring the car. We're not just going to drive a beater. It's going to be all painted inside and everything. But yeah, anyway, next video on this, we'll get those 15-inch bigger, way bigger tires, see how the ass end looks. See if I can get some low profile 15-inch. They'll help lower it, but I don't know. But anyway, that's what's coming up. Okay, so these are the 4 bumper brackets. I just sanded them down and fixing to paint them. So yeah, next video, well, we can put on the two big ones. I think next video we're gonna start on some body work. I don't know how much I can get done in a few days. What we need to do is strip both doors, strip the roof, strip the fenders, although the right fender is a new aftermarket one that had a big dent, so just a little body work there. But this blue one here needs all the old Bondo, that needs to be stripped right down the metal. And I'd rather do that first to get the brackets on there permanently, and then we can mount the bumper to fit, like I mentioned before. So maybe this side here we'll start, see how far we can get, then the other side, then the roof. So yeah, maybe we'll do that next video. So I got them brackets sanded down. Now I'm fixing to put some paint on them. That way next video it'll be ready to put on there. Okay, so I did have some tool sponsors, but their stuff is delayed. Anyway, it's not ready for this video. There's some stuff I wanted to show you that there's some, I think, ratcheting wrenches and stuff. But anyway, last video or one before on the Camaro, when we painted the finished up painting, all the wheel wells and all that stuff, or under the hood maybe and stuff, this sponsor sent me this paint gun setup, so I'll just give them another plug. It's a pretty good lightweight gun, comes with everything, filter, regulator, 3 tips. That's a 1.3, so that's good for doing what we're doing here, little stuff. Normal painting, I think, is this one here, the 1.5, and then the 1.7, and that puts out some paint. That's what we need for painting metallics and a bigger pattern and all that. So yeah, this is you have cleaning stuff and all that. So if you want to check them out, I'll put a link in the description. And if you're gonna do any kind of painting, you know, it's a pretty good little setup. Because, you know, you buy a Harbor Freight gun, well, it comes with the 1 tip. So you'd have to buy 3 guns to match these 3 tips. So this one, you can just swap the tip, and the you got to swap the little deal here with it too. Swap that and the tip, and you're all set. So yeah, check them out. Tiswall. If you're interested in a nice paint gun setup. But anyway, they mix a little black paint and we'll paint these parts. Yeah, I don't like to leave anything in that black electro coat, whatever they want to call it, because it will rust. It might take a year or something, but it's not very good. Don't ever just leave stuff like that with that e-coat stuff on there. Sand it down, put a couple of good coats of car paint on there. That way it'll be protected for a long time. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, here's the gun there. I'll just let's put a couple of coats and then flip it around. Let it dry for a little bit, then flip it around and do the other side. Okay, well, I'll finish that up off camera. Been cleaning the shop up a little bit here. You didn't see the shop shelf video. Some nice heavy duty shelves there. I've been trying to gather up some stuff in here and put it up there. I still got a bunch more room. I got all this back part to put stuff, and then here I started putting, so I had these nut and bolts boxes everywhere, so I kind of put all them up here. So yeah, I've been doing that. Been working on the tiny house. Just got windows in for it, so if you want to next video on that, I'll be installing a few windows and some other stuff. So I guess that's it for this video. Already went over what we're going to do next on it, so stay tuned. It's still a long ways off. Can't see the light end of the light at the end of the tunnel yet, but it's getting there. I think once all this little stuff is done. I also ordered the right sway bar for it. That sway bar off that S10 Blazer, which I took the rear end off of. I don't think I can make that work without heavy modification. So I got the right sway bar with all the, hopefully all the right brackets and clamps and all that stuff. I think it was about 150 bucks. We'll see, because I don't quite know if it has those end links or where they mount to at the top, but we'll figure it out. If I have to get them, I'll get them. If they're built like the 80, you know, I put the sway bar on this 81, but you know, there's different cars, so we'll see. So we got that to screw around with as well. Yeah, just stuff like that. Okay, well, subscribe if you haven't. Like, comment, share. I got memberships open. I'm trying to give, I got membership at $1.99 a month there if you want to chip in and help out the channel. Because views wise, like I mentioned in another video, if one person watches, if I make 2 videos a week, that's 8 videos a month. And if you watch them all, I get 1.39 cents. Not $1.39, 1.39 cents. Penny and a half, not even. If you watch all 8 videos. So that's how much I make off YouTube off you guys. So, you know, I don't know what that is. Maybe 15 cents a year. If you watch all my videos for a whole year, I make 15 cents off you. So if you want to chip in a little bit more, $1.99 a month, and I'll try to do, you know, if I get enough members there, I'll do members only videos with just little stuff or something. And but right now it has it set up for you can do members only preview. You get to watch the video before it goes on YouTube for everybody. It's kind of hard for me to do that a couple of days in advance, which most people do, because I got slow internet. Like this video here, this will take 2 days to upload to YouTube. Whereas somebody in the big city with fiber optics, well, they can do it in about 10 minutes. Not me. I got to take 2 days with this ancient thing. So so whenever it gets uploaded into YouTube and not scheduled, well, I'm going to try to schedule videos Wednesdays and Saturdays. I think those are going to be the best. I used to have it Tuesdays and Fridays, but Tuesdays did okay, but Fridays, I guess it's Vice Grip Garage and a bunch of other people have their videos going Fridays. So we'll try it Saturday mornings and Wednesday afternoons. And so I got to plan 2 or 3 days ahead of that to get it uploaded to YouTube. But if I can get it up there a day or so before it airs, then I'll put it for members only. So if you're a member, you can watch it a day or two in advance of everybody else. And then, like I said, I'll try to add just members only videos. It might just be stupid stuff or whatever, but hopefully not too boring. Nothing like cutting the grass or something, which I need to do. But anyway, that's what's up with that. So yeah, we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.